Hello and welcome, my lovely Virgo. Virgo, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of January 20th through 26th, 2020. This is time is merely a pretense. This could be past, present, and or future energies. And remember, Virgo, the stars you were born under are not personality programmed, but the experiences and lessons you can expect in this lifetime. So please do hang around for the entirety of the reading because, like a fairy tale or fable, there should be something in here for you collectively. But again, Virgos, do take what resonates and leave out all the rest. Virgo, your fellow earth sign, Capricorn energy just blazing above us, finally taking a break. We have that Capricorn and Jupiter and Capricorn, both big daddy energies I've talked about before. We had that Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, which is a more big takeaway energy. The energy that is like a full moon with an eclipse times 3,000. A bit striking, more than a tower, only it's like coming into information that you just didn't want to face. Something you weren't prepared to face. You had to face last week. Was it the 12th? Of January. So we've been working through all this hefty kind of miserable energy. And then last week, Monday, on the 13th, we finally had that Venus moving into Pisces with this tender love. And it's also working together easily. It's very fairy tale energy, but it's actually, you're not going to see some red flags. So remember to keep your eyes open. Just, you might be susceptible to pushing those aside. But, or glossing over some red flags, shall we say, since Pisces is so lovey-dovey. However, now we are moving out of all that hefty Capricorn energy, the kind of energy that made me not do readings last week, that made me go crazy, and I couldn't sleep, and then I could sleep, and then I went, my energy is just bazonkers. But now that I'm coming back into my energy, I feel like a whole other person, and much stronger reader even, but we still got to keep going. And now we have Sun in Aquarius. So we're moving out of Capricorn season into Aquarius season. My air signs are very happy about that. You might miss being in an earth season. Virgo season last year was really tough for everyone, that planting our seeds. And now we're kind of coming into the energy again of where are we going to plant our seeds? We're going to put our energy. That was Capricorn season again. Another earth season. But now we're coming into this eccentric, logical planning kind of energy of Aquarius. We also have that new moon in Aquarius come Friday, the 24th. And this new moon, you should set intentions based on the first 3 weeks of January, that Capricornian energy that, made you defend something, that made you close the door on something, things that you never thought you would do in a million years you've done. And now it's time to set some intentions based on those actions, do some correcting if you maybe got a little carried away on that full moon. Full moons, you always got to be careful because you might give up too much. Don't allow yourself. Earth with a full moon means that you might give up a little too much with that full moon. So definitely, even though it's a Cancer full moon, it was an Earth season, and the Cancer full moon, very motherly, but nonetheless, it's the opposite sign of Cancer. So it's definitely that energy of Capricorn again. Opposite side of Capricorn. Did I say that? Capricorn? I don't know. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's been tough, my loves. But oh, thank goodness we're coming into new energy, relief energy. I'm so happy to be relieved. To be relieved of that full Capricorn energy. It was tough. And I did go through a major change. We'll see if you can notice. All right, let's get to this reading. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling with unconditional love and gratitude. This is my charismatic gift I share with you. And I thank you now for your likes, your subscribes, your views alone to help the channel. I really do thank you. I'm really very grateful for the way we share our energy and the way the channel's moving. You trust me, it's not for the money. It's definitely for the light and the energy. So feel it out, my loves. Okay. Let's get into this reading. Ace of the energy you're coming into the reading with. I'm just going to pull a 9 card with the Manga Tarot. And then I'm going to get some spirit advice with my Egyptian deck. Nephew's in the hall, goofing off. Sister's in the kitchen, sewing. My niece's winter formal dress. So it's going to be a little loud, but just, you know, I'm all right. I'm pretty centered. I'm feeling really good right now. So try and ignore that. All right, I do have the Ace of Wands. Something you're fired up about. This is almost like anger to me right now because it's in reverse. It's not moving forward. It's that inspiration, but it's frustrated inspiration. Almost like it's going nowhere. Almost like your fire is going towards the ground here. Like you're just having to stick the fire in the dirt kind of feeling. You feel stuck. You feel like you can't move, Virgos. You feel like something's stopped, which is really weird because all the readings I've done for you lately, you've been moving so gracefully far ahead. I like to brag about Virgos as being my most advanced sign. You definitely have evolved greatly over the year, as you know. But you're kind of in a little bit of a blue state, an empty cup state. So much so that you don't even want the cup from the spirits, from the angel above. With this card, you see that's an angel. Even offer, he's refusing that cup from an angel. And in reverse, all the cups are empty. Right now, this is you just being a little depressed, it's definitely depressed because I have the Three of Swords here. And this Three of Swords, heart-pierced sadness. Three of Swords directly, straight up, is, people like to say it's a cheating card. But the Three of Swords is not outright the cheating card. What it is being swords, being man-made. They're words that break your heart. Words that pierce your heart is absolutely what it is. Somebody said something and it hurt you. That's the basis of this card. And I feel it. It just feels like... I feel like Virgos have been asserting themselves greatly in their lives and kind of like pushing out the, the deritus and the shit that comes with nonsense and lousiness. And you've been doing a good job of that. But your light has been dimmed. It's like hater energy. It's like you've come into some money and you're going to put it back in your business and do great things with it. But people are like, well, when you used to get money, you used to take us to the casino or a big dinner. So why is that not happening now? And then people talk you down. It's haters. It's people trying to put your light under a bushel basket because they're not getting what they usually get from you. It feels like you're unsupported. Your fire is somebody's trying to put out your fire. And it's a little shocking to you because people were kind of like coming on board and seeing you successful and kind of like giving you a golf clap. But like I said, when they don't get what they want from you, that kind of hater energy comes out. The Lovers in reverse. This is definitely a decision. It's recognition of your other person, the other half of yourself. In reverse, and it could be a decision between two. This is a tough decision because in reverse, it means you're going to be alone. I feel that with this card right now, that it's the realization that this journey ain't meant for company. You can have people around you. You'll have people that care about you around you, but there are parts of this journey that you must keep to yourself and that are going to be, you are your ride or die on this journey. There's some things that you can't count on people for. And it's not because they're lousy people, but because if it matters to you, you must take hold of it and take mastery over it. And this is that realization that including certain people in your dream, in your happiness, in your big decisions and goals is not such a good idea. And it's a difficult change for you. The Scorpio card at the center of your reading, it's you not letting go of the past self, about the past you that was dependent on people's encouragement, that was dependent on somebody saying, oh, damn, good job, Virgo, or keep going, Virgo, you're doing great. You have to keep going without that as an adult. You're having trouble letting that go. You're having trouble understanding why you driving forward is not acceptable. Why aren't people joining me? Why aren't people coming along? Why is this so lonely when before I used to be so crowded? It crowded up with company. Well, misery loves company, and you're moving out of misery, Virgo. And this is the haters are people trying to make you miserable. So you come back. and hang out with them again. And you want to be driving forward. You want to be moving forward. You don't want to be stuck in this position of, you're kind of stuck in between. You got to let them go. It doesn't mean you let them go forever. It just means these relationships have to change. You have changed. And just because they're holding on to your past self doesn't mean you must behave in that past self way. It's just like, I'm a little obsessed with that movie, Brittany Runs a Marathon, right now. It just hit me hard, especially in the tarot, the life of the tarot and the Fool's Journey, and how, you know, she's getting ready to run a marathon. She's been running every morning. Her friend comes home depressed and she wants to go eat ice cream with her or go drinking with her or do some pills with her. And she's a different person now. So you can't do that with her anymore. And the friend lashes out at her and angrily. Not because she's a bad person, but because those expectations aren't being met. You're not the person I thought you were. You're not who I count on for these things. And that change is jarring for other people. They will get used to it, but it still sucks. Now with this Three of Swords, definitely words that hurt. Definitely a hater energy. I do have this Two of Swords. That's the energy that's hitting you this week. And it is, the Two of Swords are two things that you're trying to hold apart. The tension of decision. And you're trying to keep these swords apart because when they cross and you move on from this decision, it is going to be Three of Swords. It's going to be total sadness. You have to realize, and this person he has his eyes closed, but he's usually blindfolded in this Two of Swords because he doesn't want to see what happens when these swords cross. And what's going to happen is sadness. It is sadness. It is something you don't want to see. And it's because of the fact that you don't want to see that in this, when you advance, when you rise up, you are kind of leaving behind a lot of people who aren't. There's just this energy of, yes, Virgo, you are advancing. You are becoming greater. You are strengthening. You are, raising your light. You are attracting highest love. But certain aspects of your life certain journeys are going to have to be alone. And not just alone, but without people you're accustomed to having around you. And yeah, you're going to have to bite the bullet. You're going to have to take those swords to the heart. You're going to have to cross the streams and see what explosions happen, because when you change, when you shift your life so greatly as you have, such advancing that you've done, like I said, there's going to be haters. There's going to be people who you're just realizing that there are people you don't have to sever ties, but you're going to move on. You're going to be moving on to different activities and different goals and different thinking and even just different conversations. You're just not the same person. And this is you holding on to your old self because you want to hold on to those old people. It definitely feels like people because they definitely hurt you with their words. These are people dealing with man-made shit. You're trying to deal with Ace of Wands. You're trying to deal with fire and spirituality and strength and amazing shit. Light. But you can't as long as you're coping with this man-made swordsy shit. So you're going to have to let go of those people. That's why I feel that energy. There's a fool's journey you're not going to take. And when you take a journey, a fool's journey, when you become a changed person, as you are becoming, there are places you no longer go, journeys you're no longer on, because you close off those paths. You go through different doors. You shut doors. And that's what's happening. And then I have this Three of Wands, selection. Ships coming in, but you are planning, you are preparing, you're selecting, you're changing your life little by little to the point that you're going to have a reason to celebrate with the Four of Wands soon enough. And it's all because you've shut the door on the old. And even though you've done that, one of the most difficult things is that people are going to feel like they're competing with you with the Five of Wands. People are going to feel like you're competing with them. You're trying to be all big and bad and like this new big person. You think you're somebody. And yeah, I am somebody because I'm working on it. And Virgo, That's something you're going to have to deal with. The competition and the arguments and like the conflict of, and these are arguments that don't go anywhere because it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is you're improving yourself and people should be happy for you instead of trying to pull you back into the sadness and the unhappiness, into Haterville, into man-made work. When you're trying to move on to this fiery, look at that card. And you're living it in reverse right now because of things people said around you. You need to, words do not matter as much as you think. Let's get advice from Spirit. Yeah, swords are man-made energy. You must always remember that swords are man-made energy. Oh, dear. Yeah, this is family. This is home. This is people around you. That Six of Cups, Six of Hearts. This is, it's a realization that, you know, this is past people. Six of Cups is past people. It's past successes in love that they're becoming a burden to you, my love. I have the Ten of Wands here as the next card. The Spirit is saying your past love is a burden to you and you need to walk away with the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away. Eight of Hearts is walking away. Just walk away. You can invite them to your parties and your successes. Lots of eights here, actually. Well, lots of eights, too. Eight of Diamonds. Eight of Diamonds is the harvest. Pulling in this harvest. If you don't walk away, this harvest is not going to be able to be made. This detailed work, this mastering the work is not going to be able to be made because people will, or they're going to hold you back because they want you to stay in the past. This is an attempt to hold you back, but you're not going to let that happen. You're just going to be sad about it for a little while. You're going, this is a new Fool card in the Cartomancy, the Joker. You're going to find your lighter than air energy, your ability to do backflips, your ability to stand on one hand on a bug, on a mummy bug. Mummy bugs, as my kids called them from the movie. But you're going to be able to stand on those beetles because a fly on the back of a beetle, because you're going to let it go. You're going to walk away. Spirit is saying to do it because it's going to make the road easier for you, the roads that you do decide to take. And like I said, by the end of this week, it looks like you are deciding not to take certain roads, just closing off paths. And I think the first 3 weeks of January should have given you a lot of hints that those paths weren't working out for you anyway. I'm really sorry, Virgo. Haters is an Aries problem. And when you shine brightly, this is what happens. And you are shining brightly right now. And it's really hard to tell you to enjoy it because it's going to be lonely for a little bit at first. But then you're going to find your new tribe, loves. Especially when you start seeking mastery. It's very hard to seek mastery alone. You also, when you get this mastery card for this valuing card, increasing your value, usually you want to seek out a teacher or a mentor of some kind. And then that begins to open up your tribe for you. Some good advice from Spirit, actually, on mentoring to become a master. All right, Virgo. Tough having haters. Trust me, I'm an Aries. I understand. All right, my loves. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, moreover. Please, to donate to Spirit Emoji, everything is in the box below. And have a great week. Hang in there, my lovely Virgos.